You know what we do know, Pete? When people start buying unusual activity, somebody else might know. IMVT. They've got a special antibody treatment and autoimmune disease. They also have one of Pete's favorites, a big short interest. I'll let him address that. The unusual activity we had in here, folks, was just a little bit ago. Some people were saying, hey, the stock might be oversold and so forth. 2 days ago, somebody comes in and buys a bunch of upside calls. The stock jumps, as you see there, 15, almost 16% earlier today. That was pretty shrewd timing yet again for whoever Bobby Axelrod or whoever this is that's buying these calls. Paid off big. And if you followed us into that trade, you got paid big too.
No doubt. Yeah, Bobby Axelrod is back, and he's back in the markets, John. There's no doubt about that. We've got a couple of them for you today. That was one of them. You were talking about the short interest. Yes, pretty high short interest in this particular name. Also, when you're looking at this as a biotech, it's got a pretty decent balance sheet. It's pretty solid. Cash burn isn't all that high, given the fact of what the rest of the balance sheet looks like. It's about 125 million. It's a real number. Somebody else is out there is struggling a little bit. That actually ends up being very good in the case of this particular drug that we're talking about here. The Japanese company disappointed. That's positive for this. There is a pipeline here. It's not huge, John. They've got a couple of different therapies and drugs or whatever you want to call them. They've got a couple that are now at phase 3. So they are getting very, very close to being a company that could get out there, start making some money. They've got, I think, some very promising results that they've had, at least up to now. It's worth taking a little bit of an idea, at least a shot, maybe at least a look at what this company is doing, how they're doing it, and why we're getting pretty impressed with where it is right now today on this big jump.
Yep. And remember, go to marketrebellion.com/get started, and you could subscribe to the exact things that we're talking about here, folks.